Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I just want to take a look at some strings that I added to this track, and I want to take a quick run through of adding some, maybe a little bit of automation, some mod wheel automation, which is a little bit fiddly and live, but we'll get it done. So let's go. Right, as mentioned in the last video, I think it was the last one perhaps, I've only added one more thing. So this is a very simple track in terms of how much stuff we add, but hopefully all the stuff works well together. So what I've done to this end section here, we were running this before. I've just added these strings. Now the strings, it's a very simple string patch from one of the Spitfire libraries. It was Albion Tundra, and it's just a long sustain. I've got the channel switched off. So it's just a long sustain string, and it just so happened this was the one I felt worked best with the track. Now ideally, I don't know if you've ever recognize the sound, but there is like a long legato string ensemble that you often hear in Middle Eastern music. I've actually been speaking with a friend of mine about this, that it's very hard to find a library that does this well. So I've gone for this one, which is the closest match to what I want to hear in my mind. So I'm not going to go through the processing because, as you probably know from my how to makes by now, if you watch the trance one as well, I tend to use exactly the same things all the time just because I'm a simpleton. But that's just what works for me, right? So I've got the utility in again, and then black hole and an EQ. I'm not going to bother compressing this. I don't think it needs it. But in terms of how it sounds with the rest of the elements, so as you can also hear, I've gone for the abrupt ending. I did play with some kind of fade outs, but it sounded a bit cheesy. To me, it sounded a bit cheesy. I think this worked better. Just, you know, having a few extra elements that play out and then fade out was just, it felt like a bit of a cop out. So I just ended it abruptly like this. In terms of how I did the strings, well, I just played them in live. So it was like, now, ideally, I would have liked to use a legato string for this, but I couldn't find one. A legato is where it, fades between one note and the other. So what I've done is I've played this in live, and then I've just highlighted, you can see it's still highlighted here. I've highlighted all of the notes, and I've pulled them forward just a little bit. Because the attack of these strings is quite slow, it sounded a little bit too slurred. So I've pulled everything forward a little bit just to make sure that it sounds a little bit more on a beat, even though we haven't really got a beat with this apart from the bass line. Now, it still does sound a little bit lazy, but in terms of how I want this track to sound, I'm not too fussed about that. I'm quite happy with the way it sounds. You probably get the idea by now that the way I do things is not massively precise. That's a completely accurate and precise assessment by you. It's just the way I tend to do things. Okay, so what I want to do is just go through each channel and have a listen to what the mod wheel's doing, and then maybe put some mod wheel action in there. No, back here. So that's adding like a kind of windy texture. So what I'm probably going to do is go in on a clip level. And unfortunately, because of the way that live works, we have to do this mod wheel stuff on a clip level. So we can put it in here. Hello. Why is there you go. Oh my god. Live's automation curves like this, they were never great, were they? They're not massively precise. So we can just add some... Now, I'm not going to go through every single thing I do on this video. But can you see what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through each clip and add some kind of movement and interest in there. And then we'll look at the next channel. So we're going to do this one by one because we have to, but I'm just going to put things in simply for now. Maybe towards the end of each section or the end of each MIDI clip that I've put in, we'll create a crescendo kind of thing. Is that this one? Yeah. Same thing here. So we do them slightly differently each clip. I might do something in the middle here for this one. So what's going to happen is as this track progresses, there's quite a lot of movement in the patches we've chosen anyway. But this just adds some extra movement overall. So we've got like general movement, and then we're going to have this other movement as well. So I'm not going to do all this on screen now because it's just going to be a case of me fiddling for 15 or 20 minutes and then listening to the playthrough and seeing if anything stands out horrendously. But you can see the kind of gist of what I'm trying to do here. So the other thing we want to do is... now, the string ensemble patch, for example, that has mod wheel control as well. So I'm thinking this one, we want to go halfway along the bar here and add a crescendo, and then probably towards the end we're going to do the same thing. Crescendo. It's a great word, isn't it? So let's try this. Over here. As well. that, I'm going to copy this one over. And then we can do the same thing with the bass line here as well, because the bass line has got some modulation on it too. But I don't want to do it too much. I know I added more impact to that mod wheel inside the Omnisphere mod matrix, but I'm not sure how much of it I want to actually do. So let's have a listen. Hear those strings moving a bit more now. Yeah, it's too much and that's in the wrong place. So let's put it over here and do it like this. I personally find Ableton's automation to be ghastly. I much prefer the way Cubase does it, but I think they might have changed some of this in Ableton Live 11. I need to upgrade, actually. Waffling now. Yeah, I think that works better. Why is this... I don't know why I chopped this bass part up. It should actually be like that. And then I'm going to bring this one with the mod wheel automation. I'm going to bring across. So the each MIDI clip, which is what, 8 bars. At the end of each one, we've got this bass line crescendo. So I'll probably put it back here as well. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Or that. Oh my god. Fingers work, please. There you go. There you go. So that's that one. Then it's not on that one. That one. Not on that one. That one. And I'll probably put it here as well. So every second bar, or every second MIDI clip rather, we've got that bass line swell at the end. So it's going to happen here. So I'm going to come back a few bars just to get my mind settled into what the bass line sounds like so I can hear the changes when they happen. So I'm just changing these mod wheel curves as I'm hearing them. Check this one. Not a lot of change with that one, so that one doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go through this one more time off camera, just have a listen through them, add a little bit more modulation, but it's not something you need to watch me do for 20 minutes. So that's pretty much it. The track's pretty much finished now. The only thing left to do is I'm going to go through for a final mix down. I know it's pretty much there because I'm happy with the way it sounds at the moment. But I'll just do some final tweaks, and I might do a quick master as well. This isn't usually with this kind of track, I just bring it up to level. It's not something I usually master, but we'll have a think about it. I'll have a think about it off camera, and I'll see you there. Ta-ta.